And we'll wait just a few moments and let all of our attendees join the call. Welcome everyone to our community information session around summer programming. We have some people joining the call. We'll wait just a moment before we get started. Again, we want to welcome you to join us today. We usually have these events during the evening. This is our very first one that we're having during the morning. So we're very interested to see if we will have how many folks will have join us and see if this is actually a good time to have a community information session. Maybe we'll mix things up for the upcoming school year. Again, welcome everyone. We still have folks joining the call, so we'll wait just a few more moments and get everybody in on the call. We thank you for joining us this morning. Our topic for today is summer programming. We're very happy to have some of our community partners on the call with us. So I will get started in just a moment. Again, welcome everyone. All right, good morning everyone, and welcome to the community information session focused on summer camps and summer programming hosted by the Office of Community Engagement. I'm Daphne Kaiser, Assistant Superintendent for School Community Engagement, and your moderator for this event. During this morning's session, we will have community partners who will provide details and registration information about a variety of fun and engaging learning opportunities available to K-8 students this summer. Our goal for the session is to increase community awareness of summer programs, including information pertaining to financial assistance, sliding scales, and providing information on how to access specific summer offerings available to students. Community partners will discuss topics like academics, fine arts, social and emotional supports, and recreational activities. In addition, participants will have an opportunity to ask questions at the end of the presentation part of the session. Today's agenda includes a welcome from our Albemarle County Public Schools Superintendent, Dr. Matthew Haas. If Dr. Haas is able to join us this morning. He was in a meeting, so he may not be able to join us. And if he is not on the call, then Dr. Irizarry will step in to do the welcome this morning. We have an introduction from the moderator of our panelists who will be presenting and participating in the question and answer part of the session. We'll have presentations from our esteemed panelists. We'll have a question and answer session, and Dr. Irizarry, Director of Equity, School, Family, and Community Relations, will close out our time together with final thoughts and next steps. We appreciate you spending time to be with us. Now, if Dr. Haas is on the call, is Dr. Haas on the call? Dr. Irizarry, can you do the welcome for us this morning?
Yeah, we want to welcome everyone to this youth summer programming webinar. We're going to, again, as Dr. Kaiser said, we will record this and put this on the website as well. Today we have some of our, not only summer programming, but some of our strongest community partners, including the Boys and Girls Club, Star Hill Pathways, M-Cubed, Star and YMCA, and we also have C4K as well. So we're excited for everybody to be here. Again, our mission and vision here in Albemarle County Public Schools, working together as a team, we will end the predictive value of race, class, gender, and special capacities for our children's success. Through high-quality teaching and learning for all, we seek to build relationships with families and communities to ensure that every student succeeds. And especially that last sentence is why we're here. We know that families for the summer are really looking forward to any summer programming. And we've selected these community partners because they work with our families with sliding scales and sometimes free tuition. So these are very accessible summer programs. And again, some of our biggest partners. These are the 3 goals that are outlined in our strategic plan. And we're really going to focus today on goal 2, affirming and empowering our communities. So with that said, we're going to pass it over to the Boys and Girls Club.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Eric.
Just one moment before we get started. If I could have the floor for just a few moments. Thank you, Dr. Irizarry. We have a really great group of panelists joining us this morning, and our presenters will each share about 8 to 10 minutes worth of information related to their diverse roles pertaining to summer camps and summer programming. So in a moment, I will introduce the panelists in order in which they will present. But before I do that, I did want to mention we do have Spanish interpretation. Mrs. Amelia Yeager will be the interpreter for this session. Ms. Yeager, if you would please join the call and please make your announcement.
Thank you, Dr. Kaiser. Hi, my name is Amelia Yego. I will be the interpreter for this session, and I would like anyone who needs Spanish interpreting to just look on their screen, and there's like a little world that they can click on there, and from there they can choose Spanish. Hola, soy la intérprete para esta sesión y por favor, si necesita interpretación en español, puede ver el mundo abajo de la pantalla y puede hacer clic allí y desde allí va al español. Muchas gracias. And there, if there's someone who needs Spanish, if you can just raise your hand just to know if the people that need Spanish are already on the call at this moment, or if I need to be in this room for a few more moments before our Spanish speakers are here. Si están aquí, si puede levantar la mano, por favor, si necesita español, porque después de ir al español yo no puedo ver. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Ms. Yeager.
And with that, if we're ready, I'll turn it over to Kate Lambert, the Chief Executive Officer for the Boys and Girls Club of Central Virginia.
Dr. Irizarry, if you could hold on for just 1 second. All right. So we will also be recording this session, and information will be posted on our ACPS YouTube channel. You will have access to this for as long as you need to, and we will be sending it out to our community so that everyone will have an opportunity to watch, even if they were not able to join us this morning. Please feel free to put your questions in the Q&A function at the bottom of the Zoom. We will not answer them until after the presenters have had their 8 to 10 minutes to speak. We will take about 30 minutes at the end of the session after our panelists have presented to answer questions. At this time, I would like to introduce our panelists. We are so glad to have our community partners join us for this event. We have Ms. Kate Lambert, Chief Executive Officer for the Boys and Girls Club, Ms. Chelsea Park, Pathways Coordinator for Computers for Kids. We have Dr. Pamela Venable and Mr. James Watson, representing the MQ program and the 100 Black Men of Central Virginia. We have Dr. Lucy Montalvo, Director of Star Hill Pathways, and we have Ms. Ashley Wright, Program Coordinator for the YMCA. So now we're going to turn it over to our panelists, and we will come back in a short while to answer questions afterwards. Ms. Kate Lambert, Chief Executive Officer for the Boys and Girls Club, you are first to present. Miss Lambert, are you on the call? Boys and Girls Club? Did we lose Miss Lambert?
It says that she has left the call. Bonita Payton says that she left the call.
Okay, well, let's see if we can try to get Miss Lambert back. Dr. Irizarry, can you advance? We'll move on to Chelsea Park, Pathways Coordinator for Computers for Kids.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Wonderful. My name is Chelsea Park. It's a wonderful day to talk about programming. I'm the Pathways Coordinator for C4K, and I'm going to share about our wonderful program opportunities for the summer, for the school year, and see if it's a correct fit for your family. For the past 2 decades, Charlottesville and Albemarle youth have imagined brighter futures at C4K, also known as Computers for Kids. Through access, supportive mentors, and generous local partners, C4K offers participants space to see themselves with an engaged community of technology and, most important, learning. You can change the slide, Eric. Thank you. It all starts with our one-to-one mentoring, and then there it can blossom into different programs. We have our one-to-one mentoring where youth are matched with adult mentors from the community. They meet weekly for roughly 1 hour over a semester. So we have our fall semester and our spring semester. Our fall sorry about that. Our programming for our one-to-one mentoring is either in the fall or the spring, and it goes from mid-August to mid-December. And then spring goes from mid-January to April. And our one-to-one mentoring programming is very special because it builds skills to complete a project. They get to attend events to pitch and showcase their work. And either during their one-to-one programming or after they complete their one-to-one mentoring, they can drop into C4K and follow any interests that they want. They can also participate in tutoring, lots of great stuff. We also have our brand new Pathways programming, which is for our high school aged members. So after they complete their mentoring, they can attend college and career readiness workshops, and they have a one-to-one match for any 12th graders that are applying to college. And we have brand new summer programming, which is a 2-week-long camps, which are still under development. Camps will be a half day in the morning. It's the option to attend any open clubhouse in the afternoon. And it's very exciting. Camps will be free and open to C4K eligible students. So that's anybody that has gone through our one-to-one mentoring can participate in our summer programming. Thank you. We're located in the Ix building right over by Ix Park and the farmers market on Saturdays, if any of you frequent that. We have a chartered van that picks up our members from designated schools, which I'll go over, to C4K 1 day a week. The members are they can definitely come in any other time, but those are the days that we have transportation for them, and families will be responsible for pickup at C4K. Tuesday, we pick up from Journey Middle School. Wednesday, we pick up from Buford and Charlottesville High School. And Thursday, we pick up from Walker Elementary School and Burley Middle School. So what can youth members actually do at C4K? They can do lots of exciting things. They're not limited to these bullet points, but these are some of the exciting ones. They can build a robot, they can design a t-shirt, they can record a podcast, which lately has been very popular in our space. They can create a stop motion animation, they can 3D print a bobblehead, which is very, very entertaining. They can code a Roblox game. They can make a virtual reality solar system. The sky is the limit with STEM, which is very exciting. So some really fun links that you can go ahead and write down. If you are interested in our membership, we have our link below, which is, you guys can look at that, or we have our summer interest link, which is at the top. So who can actually join C4K? 6th through 12th graders are our primary target, exclusively for youth from households with income less than 80% of the region's median family income. And if you qualify for that, all of our programs are free, which is very exciting. And once again, here are our links. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chelsea. And I believe we have Kate Lambert back on the call. She had some technical issues, but she's back on the call with us. Ms. Kate Lambert is the Chief Executive Officer for the Boys and Girls Club of Central Virginia.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kaiser. And I'm not sure where I left off, but Boys and Girls Clubs of Central Virginia is happy to be here and grateful for the partnership of Albemarle County Public Schools and for this opportunity to talk about our summer program. Before I talk about our summer program, I wanted to give a little bit of background about our organization. Boys and Girls Clubs have served this Central Virginia community for the past 32 years. Our mission is to enable all young people, especially those who need us most, to realize their potential as productive, responsible, and caring citizens. We serve youth ages 5 to 18. We serve any youth ages 5 to 18 in year-round youth development programs. We serve approximately 750 youth every day and 1,300 annually. In our 6 clubs, we have 3 clubs in Albemarle County, the city of Charlottesville, Madison County, and Orange County. About half of the youth we serve are students in the Albemarle County public school system. We run after-school programs from 2:30 to 6:30 from Monday through Friday every day. Plus, we offer evenings and weekends for teens. In the summertime, we're open all day from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday in all 6 of our clubs. We never want cost to be a barrier. Our membership fee for the full year is $35 per child, age 5 through 10, and $15 per teen, age 11 through 18. You can move to the next slide. Thanks, Eric. Again, our programs are year-round. Our clubs offer a fun, safe, and productive place during out-of-school time for young people. Each of our clubs offers 40 to 60 different programs and activities in the focus areas of academic success, healthy lifestyles, and character and leadership. All of our programs are guided by caring, professionally trained staff. We also offer field trips, which are at no additional cost to families. Popular programs at our clubs include sports, that's basketball, soccer, squash, pickleball, and others, games, science, technology, engineering and math programming, art, visual art, music, dance, cooking, reading, college and career readiness, service clubs, as well as very popular staff versus member challenges. To the next slide, Eric. Now to talk a little bit about our summer camp for 2024. I'm just going to focus on the clubs in Albemarle County. So our Albemarle County club sites include the new Albemarle Campus Club at 195 Lambs Lane. It's on the campus of Albemarle High School, Journey Middle School, and Greer Elementary School. It's a very large club. Most of the students we serve in Albemarle County are served in this club, which is a 52,000 square foot freestanding facility on the campus. We also have our Southwood Club at 383 Hickory Street, just off 5th Street Extended, and our James River Club at 300 Page Street in Scottsville. And to the next slide. The dates and times of our summer camp this summer, it's going to start June 11th in Albemarle County, and it will run through August. We are still working out when the camp will end based on the school schedule. But the camp excludes July 1st.
Did we lose Ms. Lambert again? Ms. Lambert, you're on mute. Ms. Lambert, are you with us?
She's frozen.
Oh, no. All right. Let's see. Well, we will come back if Ms. Lambert's able to reconnect with us. We'll come back and let her finish. At this time, why don't we move forward, and we'll have Dr. Pamela Venable, MCube Chair and Summer Programming Coordinator for the MCube program. And Mr. James Watson is the Vice President of 100 Black Men of Central Virginia.
Okay, great. Do you have our slides? I see MQ, but if you could advance to our first slide.
Ms. Venable, Dr.
Yes.
Venable, if you can drop them in the chat, we don't have them updated in our slide deck.
You don't? Okay, here, let me give them to you real quick then. All right. Let's say share. And copy link. Here we go. Let me go to Zoom. And let me go back here real quick. And I want to go here. And there you go. I can go ahead and start speaking, just talking while you pull the slides up. But the MCube Summer Academy is it originated out of Albemarle County schools, and the 100 Black Men of Central Virginia are the hosts for it. It's available. When we talk about the mission of the 100 Black Men, they are advocates for the African American male in looking at closing or eliminating the achievement gap when we talk about participating in advanced math courses and student achievement. If you would go to the next slide, we serve over 100 African American males annually, and they are all at the elementary, middle, and high school level, beginning as early as 4th grade and following our students through high school. And then our programming also ties into as they grow out of high school, staying up, keeping up with the students and following them on their educational career, right? If you would go to the next slide. And the students that participate in our summer academy, the MCube Summer Academy, as well as our Circle of Brothers, and then also they participate in our lab tours, are Charlottesville City students as well as Albemarle County. Our summer academy is free. It's 2 weeks, STEM, enrichment, hands-on. I'm not going to read the slides to you per se, but we serve rising 5th graders to rising 8th graders. And then the students that phase out, as they phase out, they come back and they participate as TAs, and they work with the summer program. We focus on closing that achievement gap in math. And with the resources that we have and the trained teachers that we have working with the students, they participate in hands-on relevant learning as it applies to math and their education. Students also read 2 novels during the 2 weeks written by Black authors. And they also work on literacy skills. The program has been going on for about 16 years now. And this summer, the Summer Academy will run from June the 17th to June the 28th. And we're excited about some of the things that we have in the works, just in terms of getting ready for the Summer Academy and some of the new teachers that we've onboarded. That's our Summer Academy. during the school year, the students, the scholars participate in the Circle of Brothers. It's a weekly session that happens on Monday nights, and students come on and they earn a stipend for participating in the sessions. They have financial literacy lessons. They learn about investments. They have Black male professionals that come and share their careers and their background, their education, and their experiences with them. Students work on all types of literacy. When I say all types of literacy, they write resumes, they do interview prep. We have an awesome team of educators that work with the 100 to provide the learning opportunities. Miss G, Miss Barnes, and we're adding Mr. Patterson, Joseph Patterson, who's a teacher at CHS, to our teaching team. Students are also able to receive free tutoring on Tuesdays and Thursdays from the Collegiate 100 at UVA. And that's to support their learning and to make sure that they're being successful in the classroom. You can go to the next slide. Another exciting activity or part of the 100 experiences, the summer academies. The 100 collaborates with a lot of organizations, especially through UVA and PVCC. The Saturday academies, students go on campus. They get to visit the engineering school, the architecture school, there's the commerce school and the School of Education. And I think I want to say this summer, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Sparks, they're looking at doing a 5-day or 5-college HBCU tour where the students get to go and they'll travel and visit different campuses to gain those experiences, to show them what's out there.
Yeah, that's correct. It'd be a 5-day trip, not only HBCU, but other universities, but it'd be a 5-day trip. Right now we have lined up North Carolina, A&T. We already did VCU this year, and also JMU, James Madison. So it's an exciting time. We have approximately about 35 students with their parents, and of course with the teaching staff from the high schools.
Right. But there is no expense. Everything is covered by the 100 for the Summer Academy and through Albemarle County as the hosting school for the Summer Academy, as well as all of the programs that are presented. They're funded through grants and support in the community. I don't think I left anything out, but that is MCube for the summer.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Venable. We'll come back and do questions after we finish all of the presentations. Next up, we'll have Dr. Lucy Montalvo, the Director of Star Hill Pathways.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lucy Montalvo, and like she said, Director of Star Hill Pathways. Star Hill Pathways is a program that is offered through the Equity Center, which is a community partnership office at the University of Virginia. Can I get the slides up, please? Thank you.
Yeah, coming up. Give me 1 second. Let me get it on the slideshow. All right, you're up.
Thank you. So Star Hill Pathways program is a college and career readiness and exploration program. We are currently accepting applications from current 6th graders enrolled in ACPS. This ACPS and Charlottesville City Schools. The reason why we focus on current 6th graders is because our students remain in the program until they graduate 12th grade high school. So it is the students remain with us throughout that span, and they are involved in a lot of different programming. So We do prioritize first-generation students, meaning students that that their parents or guardians, you know, did not complete a college degree. There is no cost for students that are accepted into our program, and that website right there, linked at the bottom, it will give you a lot more information. You can also Google the Equity Center at UVA, and there will be a tab for Star Hill Pathways where you can find out more detailed information, but I'll talk a little bit more on it on the next slide. So the main focus for us, like we said, is career and college readiness. We do this for rising 7th graders all the way through 12th grade. They begin with a summer program, and that's 2 weeks on grounds at UVA where they get to explore different career pathways. So there's like 18 categories more or less that are that have been offered by the VDOE, and we have taken those with community partners to assure that they are offering hands-on interactive activities that provide students in the middle school age range within our program with that hands-on exploration to really learn about the different careers that exist. When our students move on to the high school age, then they begin to get into paid internships and real life experiences. Also, any type of support that would involve career readiness or college readiness, we would support them throughout that time span and assure that they have made informed decisions once they've graduated high school. We also provide tutoring throughout their time with us. So if our students have a C or below, they are required to be in tutoring, and we offer that tutoring. We go to their schools. We also offer virtual tutoring for our students if we're unable to get to them at the schools. We do provide multilingual tutoring if necessary. And another thing that we have just begun to develop is our mentoring program. So we have a mentoring curriculum developed by the Youth and Social Innovation department at UVA, and we are using a mentoring program that will help students develop self-identity and really understand themselves to later go into making those important and crucial decisions into adulthood. So we do provide the academic support, the mentoring, and we work with many different community partners. And so they get a lot of experience within the community, learn about a lot of different organizations that provide these pathways. I think I have gone through. Oh, one last thing is that we do provide programming during teacher work days. There are 3 programming days during the fall, 3 programming days during the spring. We do offer transportation, and we do offer food for our students, breakfast, lunch, and dinner if that applies to the time during that programming day particularly. And yeah, that is pretty much it. They continue to do the career exploration during those programming days for teacher work days, and they get to have a really good idea of what they like, you know, so they are able to refine their choices and say, oh, I think I did an engineering program pathway and I really enjoyed that. I think I'd like to continue in the engineering path. Or maybe they say, engineering is definitely not for me. I did not enjoy that, you know, that experience. And then they move on to explore others, and they really get to learn well and be well informed about what that particular career involves. So we're a group of dedicated educators on our team, and we're very dedicated to helping our students succeed. I would welcome any questions in a little while.
Thank you so much, Dr. Montalvo. We have Kate back on the line. I'm so sorry for the technical issues, but I want to give you an opportunity to, because we have time for you to go through your presentation and to speak at this time. So,
Sure, I will pick up where I left off, Dr. Kaiser, and hope that
Okay.
third time's a charm. If Eric wouldn't mind bringing the slide back up, I can just pick up where I left off with summer, talking about summer. Can you all see the slide? I can't see it yet.
not yet. Dr. Irizarry, are you working on the slides?
Yeah, it's coming up.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry about that. And thanks for your patience. So I already talked about the theme-based fun programs for our summer camp. We also have swimming, sports, cooking, art, dance, music, games, reading, bicycling, college and career exploration, and many, many outdoor activities during the summer. Summer enrollment begins in early April, and you would enroll by visiting the website, and that's www.bgclubcva.org. So I would encourage you to sort of go back on the website in early April to enroll or think about enrolling your student. Someone asked about transportation. We do not offer transportation in the summer. We ask families and caregivers to drop off in the morning and pick up their students in the afternoon. We do offer transportation from school sites during the school year to the clubs. So I hope that answers your question. And I'll be happy to answer any other questions that people have in the Q&A. Thank you.
Thank you so much to all of our community partners for your presentation this morning. You've been incredibly informative and provided the community with some valuable information. We're going to take about 30 minutes to answer questions. We have a few come in through the Q&A function at the bottom of the Zoom, and feel free to keep sending those through, and we will answer in the order that we receive those. However, do feel free to email the superintendent's office at k12albemarle.org email address if you feel you have further questions or do not get an answer due to lack of time. So I'm going to go now to the first question that we have. And this question is about the Boys and Girls Club, about how I can register. How do I register my child for the Boys and Girls Club, and is there any transportation? And I think, Kate, you had mentioned about transportation, but I'll let you talk about the registration piece.
Sure, yes. People can visit our website at www.bgclubcva to register for club event, for club enrollment. And we do offer transportation after school to the clubs, from schools to the clubs, but we do not offer transportation in the summertime. So families and caregivers are asked to drop their children off in the morning and pick them up in the afternoon. I hope that answers everyone's questions. For after school, parents pick up in the afternoon. But again, we offer transportation from the schools to the club sites for the after school program. Are there any other questions?
All right. Thanks, Kate. We'll circle back if we have more questions regarding the Boys and Girls Club. The next question is for Chelsea. If my child doesn't meet the criteria for C4K, can my student participate in the program?
We currently only serve students that meet the income requirement.
And can you speak a little bit more about the requirements?
Yeah, so it's 80% of median income. So roughly, if you want an exact-ish number, for a family of 4, that's about 88,000.
All right.
And Dr. Kaiser, the YMCA, they're ready to present.
Okay, all right. So do we have Ashley or Benita with us today?
We have Ashley.
Okay, so we have,
We have Ashley
apologize,
named Bonita
Ashley.
today. We have both of them.
Yes, all right. I apologize, Ashley. So Ashley Wright is the program coordinator for the YMCA. So we'll pause on the questions. We'll come back to questions, and this is a great time because we'll give folks on the call an opportunity to send more questions in. But now we'll have Ashley talk a little bit about the Y.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. I'm Ashley Wright. I am with the Brooks Family YMCA in McIntyre Park. We are excited to offer multiple camps for multiple ages. So we have our exploration camp that is for ages 5 through 9. And that is for our kids that want to explore crafts, engaging their creativity, STEM projects, swimming, outdoor play, and more. We also have this year is a new camp that we're offering for our tween ages 10 through 12. So those are for those kids that are a little bit older than your average camp age, because we understand that as they grow, things might not be as fun as they used to be. So we are offering project-based learning for the tween experience. And then also we're offering field trips, and it's a blended of music, science, arts, and more. And then my favorite part, because I am with teens, is our counselors in training program. That is for ages 13 through 15. Those are 2 3-week sessions where teens get to build up their program, build up skills through our programs, and become certified to become a counselor in the future. So we go over mock interviews, we go over character development, leadership, so that they can be in the right steps when they want to apply to be a counselor at the Y or in the future at any other organization. And then this year, also for teens, we are offering the Teen Extreme program, which is again for 13 through 15-year-olds, and it gives them an opportunity to select different weeks and have different extreme challenges throughout the week with some project-based learning, some outdoor adventures like hiking and swimming. So we're happy to offer that. And then our last one is our sports camp. So that is from 1st grade through 6th grade. So they can select weeks, whether it's flag football, basketball, volleyball, multi-girl sport camp, and then sports extravaganza, where they can test out different sports to see how they really feel about the different sports that we do. So our camps for our ages 5 through 9 and 10 through 12 is $225 a week. But we do offer financial assistance, and we are happy that we are a subsidy provider for the Department of Social Services. So we can work together to remove the barrier of the cost. But because we are a licensed program, we make sure that we are following the guidelines of the state of Virginia. Our teen camps are $150 to $175, depending on if you're a member or a non-member. And then our sports camp vary for $85 for non-members and $100 for, 85 for members and $100 for non-members. Again, we do have, we are a subsidy vendor, and we do have financial assistance to help families to remove the cost, but We are excited to offer so many different programs for so many different ages. So from kindergarten through 12th grade, we have a program for our youth of tomorrow.
All right, thank you so much, Ashley. And again, I apologize for omitting you. We will now jump back to our questions. And again, for our folks who are on the call, if you have questions, feel free at this time to send them in, and we'll continue to ask questions. We have some questions that have come in through the chat, so I want to go to those at this time. But before we, I want to make sure, Chelsea, if you had any other information or feedback regarding the requirements for the C4K program.
Yes, I misspoke about the summer. You do not need to be a current C4K member to participate in our summer programming. Anybody, as long as they meet the financial eligibility requirements, they can participate in the summer. So it's a good way to dip their toes in the C4K sand.
All right, thank you, thank you. The next question is for Dr. Venable and Mr. Sparks and Mr. Watson. Who is eligible for M-Cubed, and how do students go about signing up for the program?
Okay, so M-Cubed is for culturally diverse males. It's a 2-week summer program, and is it early March, Dr. Kaiser? We're going to send out a letter of interest, save the date, to let parents know the date and just the information, the requirements for participating in the Summer Academy. And that's going to go out probably around the first week of March or mid-March to make parents aware so they can plan for it, kind of a thing. And then later in March, a more firm interest as we move closer to the end of the school year. But you can register through Dr. Kaiser at Albemarle County School Board. She is our champion there, right? And we do everything through central office and Dr. Kaiser. She's our partner. As far as the Summer Academy, for the Circle of Brothers, it's open to all students, grades 5 through 12. And you can go to the 100 Black Men of Central Virginia website and click on the link. And we have this form, it's called the Scholars Information Form. You fill out that form, and then the Zoom link is available for you to join the Circle of Brothers. And we actually have a Circle of Brothers tonight at 5:30, and you come online, and when they actively participate in the session, they earn a stipend. But yeah, I think that's the gist of it. Did I leave anything out, Mr. Sparks, Mr. Watson?
Right, as far as the Circle of Brothers, it's a screen on. As long as the young brothers and sisters have their screen on, they receive a stipend.
Okay. And as for registration, there are requirements. There's a cut score just in terms of their SOL, but there's additional information, and we're going to get out a letter of interest, save the date. We always take our returning students first, and then there are slots that are open, and every summer, grades 5 through 8, and it's about 40 slots that we fill for the Summer Academy because we want it to be small, intimate, and enriching.
Right. And to note, the Summer Academy is being held at the Community Lab School,
Yes.
which is, again, sponsored through Albemarle School District.
All right, thank you. The caller says that they weren't able to hear the whole conversation, but they would like for each organization to speak to opportunities for students with disabilities. Can you speak to program offerings that you have for those students?
I'll go first. We are open to welcome all to our facility as far as being a part of camp. We would love for parents to let us know how we can help their kid as they get through the challenges of being at a summer camp, sometimes from 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. So we are inclusive. We are open to all. We just want to make sure that we know exactly how we can help your child. So if you provide that information, we are great at including everyone into our summer camp programs.
We do not exclude any students with special needs, same as was Vanita mentioned. Same that she mentioned. We definitely would love to know what special need it is so that we can provide the necessary accommodations to make their experience a successful one.
This is the M-Cube Summer Academy. We do not exclude students with special needs either. The important piece or the key piece would be providing the information, the IEP and the accommodations information for those students so that resources can be put in place to support the student in their learning.
Yeah, that's correct, because we go through our registration process and the form that's sent out through Albemarle School District Central Office is specify medical conditions of the students, et cetera. If we do encounter a student, then we have to provide those specific needs for that student in our program. But we need to have that information first before we can see how we can accommodate the student and the parents.
Yep, just to piggyback off of that, we're also an inclusive organization, just like everybody else here. We just need to know well in advance how to best serve the student and specifically what kind of mentor that we can pair up with the student that would best help their needs and their strengths.
I mentioned, if we see that there's an ongoing need for that, then we have to look at that based on our capacity, because we always have capacity resources, space, teachers, et cetera. If we start in a plan for, say, FY25, FY26, we uptake, and that's where we'll reach out to our donor community to support and accommodate those rising demands.
I would just say at the Boys and Girls Club, we have a sort of a 15-to-1 ratio. And if a child can be served successfully and be successful in an environment where that ratio exists, we love to be inclusive and are inclusive in our programming. And again, I know there are resources in the community. The Virginia Institute of Autism has a family resource person. And if a child cannot be served at the ratios in any of our organizations, I know they know of special summer programs for young people with autism who need that resource. So, but Boys and Girls Clubs is certainly inclusive as we can be, and as successfully as we can serve a child in that situation. Thank you.
I'm glad Kate mentioned about the ratio, because the ideal ratio for a summer academy is 10-to-1, but we have gone up to 12, 13-to-1. Depending on the grade, we might have more demand for 8th grade. We might have less for, say, the rising 5th graders or 6th graders. And based on that, based on our track record, through our early registration process, starting in March, we moved it up. Then we can start to adjust that demand and those special conditions that's been outlined on the call here. Now our planning horizon for due to Dr. Kaiser's great support, our planning horizon has gotten much wider and encompassing through her office. So we have enough time to react to get those resources in place. And we're developing a complete database of all the available teachers in special areas throughout the school districts that could support us during the summer program. But we can only do it with advanced planning and the support of Dr. Kaiser.
All right, thanks, everyone. The caller states that they're not understanding the price for YMCA for the summer. Could you explain that again? Are foods included?
Absolutely, I can go over the price again. So our summer day camps, so that would be the ages 5 through 9 and 10 through 12. There is a member, non-member rate. So the member rate is $225, and then the non-member rate is $275. And then with our teen program, the member rate is $150 and the non-member rate is $175. Our sports camp, the member rate is $85 and then the non-member rate is $100. Those are weekly costs. Again, are a subsidy provider. So we are able to, if you're able to apply for DSS, then you can, and they will help pay some of the cost of camp. And then we also do offer financial assistance, just so that that's not a barrier for any families. And it does not include food. That's correct. They have to bring their lunch and their snacks.
All right. Thank you. This would be for all of the programs. Can you talk a little bit about the deadline to sign up for your programs?
Boys and Girls Clubs enrollment opens early April and it closes when we reach capacity, and it happens pretty quickly. So I encourage families to sign up early. Thank you.
Yeah, for our summer academy, as I said before, we're pretty much more advanced in our planning process. And as Dr. Venable mentioned, the save the date and interest forms are going out to the parents in late February, et cetera. The cutoff is going to be around May 15th to the 20th. I think Dr. Kaiser we're aiming for as far as getting all the SOL scores and et cetera. So working with the school district, so we can say roughly about May 15th to May 20th for our program.
For Star Hill Pathways, we're currently accepting applications. The application is on our website, which the link was provided in the slides. We accept applications for our rising sixth graders until March, the end of March. And it is based on like first come, first serve, and also the priority of being a first generation student, although everyone is welcome to apply. We also have year-round wait lists where students from other grades within the middle school range can apply to be on the wait list. And if a student were to move in our program or be off-boarded for non-attendance, then we would look at that wait list and be able to add students of that grade level into our program. So please contact me for any questions related to that. I'm happy to work through that with any family member that would like more explanation on that.
All right. We encourage folks on the call, if you have additional questions, to send those in now. Wanted to have each of the programs talk a little bit about your theme for this summer, or specific topics that you're going to be covering with students.
I'll go. So as far as registration, because I didn't get to say that, registration opened today for our YMCA programs. With our programs for K through 6, that is first come, first serve until we're at capacity. And then for our teen programs, especially for our counselors in training, they do have to go through the application process. We do an interview and give them an acceptance letter. So they have to complete the application by March 15th. As far as our themes for our summer day camp, we have weekly themes like Animal Planet, we have Color Wars, we have I'm trying to think of other ones. There's weekly themes for them. For our Teen Extreme program, we have Adventure Extreme, Extreme Challenge, Zombie X, Color Extreme, Space X, X-Files, Extreme, Food Frenzy, and then Project X. So those are all either dealing with some type of STEM or some type of physical fitness. And then for our our counselors in training, the theme this year is being superheroes for tomorrow.
As far as the 100 Black Men, first of all, I want to cordially invite everyone to join in our Juneteenth cookout. Is on June 19th. Is right in the middle of our MCube Academy. Fortunately, the schools have to take off too, so that's our 1 day away from class, but we use that as a gathering point for parents, students, families, community members like yourself to get together and celebrate our accomplishments of ourselves and our ancestors through the Juneteenth cookout. But our basic theme that we continue through the year, which might have some changes, is basically men, math, and mission. And how math just works in everything we have in our life. There's math in how we get up, how we go to sleep, how we cook, and of course, as we go into higher education. Our mission in life is to do the best we can and help each other and understand where we are as human beings.
All right, thank you, Mr. Sparks.
I can speak for C4K. I'm Colin Lehrman, Director of Operations for C4K. The content of the summer week-long camps is still being developed, so we're not ready to announce that yet, but they will happen in July. All of our programs focus on STEAM, so science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. And we always make our programming an effort to incorporate local professionals in the fields that the youth can make connections with and learn in a fun way about a concept within the STEAM disciplines.
All right, thank you.
For Star Hill Pathways, our continued theme year after year is our career and college readiness within our mentoring program through 7th through 9th graders, discuss topics related to identity. That's a very broad topic, so there's a lot within that. And once they're into 10th and 11th grade, as well as 12th, we are talking more solidly about college and careers in the real life context and supporting them throughout that. So that's what we work on.
All right.
Boys and Girls Club is going to have theme-based weeks. Every week is going to have a different theme. I talked a little bit in my presentation about this, but we'll have a challenge weeks that will be inter-club challenges and inter-club challenges. So students will be visiting each other's clubs and issuing challenges to those clubs, and there will be trophies and prizes awarded to the winning clubs. And then we will also have Olympics week, where there are challenges, Olympic challenges in STEM, in arts, in lots of different areas. But it'll be Olympics week in lots of different areas. We're also going to have specialized programs for teens. We have a youth workers program throughout the summer where we actually hire and pay young people to work at the clubs as sort of junior staff. We don't call them that. We call them youth workers, but they get real experience. They get financial literacy experience with our partners who help us present that program. And just, lots of fun programming throughout the summer that kind of are going to be theme-based for each week.
Right, thank you. We have a caller says that they apologize if this has been covered already. They were just able to join the call for the YMCA. When will the location be determined? I see it's TBD. Are there add-on swim lessons this year?
So yes, it's TBD, and we're hoping that Albemarle County gives us an answer really soon. So wherever our camp will be probably in a 5 mile radius from our Brooks family location. Swim lessons this year, I am not sure if it's included. I don't want to mislead you. So add-on swim lessons. If you would like to drop your information in the chat, and I can get that information back to you.
All right, thank you. We have, I know many of the organizations partner with other community members and organizations. Can you speak a little bit about some of your partners that support during your summer programming?
As far as the 100 Black Men, our core partnership is of UVA. The UVA professors really work with our students in the various levels, STEM subjects, etc. And with Hampton University, we have our engineering ethics collaboration program, which works with the CHS Charlottesville students and Albemarle students. This year, the partnership will be expanded, where we have a trip to Hampton University, where the high school students work with the undergraduate and graduate students and various projects basically around engineering ethics. They choose various topics, etc. Our partnership also extends, of course, with the Albemarle School District and all the other school districts outside of Charlottesville, Albemarle County, Buckingham, to mention Madison, etc. And we partnered with those schools in our scholarship program, where last year we gave out 42 scholarships, $42,000 through that partnership relationship. And I think we gave out one scholarship to first female last year, working with the 100 Black Women of Central Virginia. And this year we'll be giving out 5 to 8 scholarships to young ladies working with the 100 Black Women of Central Virginia. So we're trying to broad base our network of partnership. And this is a great example. I learned so much about these other organizations, even though we hear about it. But I think it's a great opportunity for all of us to work through, and how through our Circle of Brothers, we can bring everyone here on to talk to our young brothers that we talk to. Remember, in our Zoom calls, which makes it great, we're in the household with the families. And most of the time, the parents learn more about the financial literacy portion. They learn so much themselves. But hopefully, if time allows, that we can have the representatives to the other organization to talk to on our Circle of Brothers sometime in the near future, and share your organization goals and missions. Because I learned a lot through this. And I've, even though I'm not from Charlottesville area, I'm a transplant. I've been here about 12, 15 years. But Dr. Kaiser, thank you so much for this, because I learned so much today on this call, and how we can transmit all this information to our network, et cetera, and bring about more awareness of the great job that everyone is doing with their respective organizations.
Right, thank you, Mr. Sparks.
For Star Hill Pathways, most of the community partners on this call, I'm happy to say that we partner with them. So we have a lot of departments within UVA that provide a career pathways. We work with Boys and Girls Club. We work with Blue Ridge Health District, City of Promise. We have a partnership with them, and students continue into our program. City of Promise students are Star Hill Pathway students. We work with Lighthouse Studios, NRAO, which is the National Radio Astronomy Observatory, Prolific, Ready Kids for small group mentoring, Rivanna Conservation Alliance, the Bridge Progressive Arts Initiative, Waldrock, Albemarle County Public Schools, of course, and Charlottesville City Schools, amongst many others. I'd be here for a while if I mentioned everyone. C4K also.
That's very true. Lucy, there's so much. You can't put your arms around it.
Our students love Star Hill Pathways. Thank you, Lucy.
Yes.
Boys and Girls Clubs works with dozens of partners, like all of the youth serving agencies here. The Front Porch does music programs with our young people. We have a partnership with PVCC. We have a college and career navigator position, and that person takes kids on college visits during the summer, particularly grades 6 through 12. We have a partner called Dancing with Proverbs. If you've never met Mr. Proverbs, he's wonderful, and the kids love working with him. And he comes and does dance programs at the club. The Charlottesville Opera comes and does programs with the club. We also have lots of cooking programs with local professional chefs who come in. We have kitchens in many of our clubs, and those professional chefs come in and do cooking and nutrition programs with our young people. We have partnerships with UVA and Centera. We do hands-on types of workshops in the hospitals, and also health fairs that we do that are on site in the building. But those are also good field trip opportunities for our young people. So Lighthouse Studios, I mean, just lots of great partners out there who are doing this work and who really want to work with our young people and are excited to do that work. And we're happy to have them because we couldn't survive without them.
And forgive me, Kate, I forgot to mention a wonderful partnership we have the Boys and Girls Club through the haircut program. We did I think we had over at least 2,000 this year. Haircuts, cooperating of other, and we do it for the back to school and even doing our MQ program. Then also the back to school program, we have book bags. We help. We get other donors to contribute, and we pass through to the Boys and Girls Club. But the relationship we have with the barbershops and with the Boys and Girls Club, you've been tremendous in supporting this, Kate.
No, that's been fabulous. Thank you for that work. It's the young people love it.
Oh, they love it. It's just amazing. Yeah. And now during our MQ Academy, we have the last week before our MQ breakfast or MQ luncheon, we bring the barbers into the school, into community lab, and they actually cut everyone's hair. And some of the parents wanted their haircut too. But thanks, Kate, for all your support on that side. I really appreciate it.
I could just mention for C4K, again, as has been mentioned, we have a great relationship with lots of local organizations. Star Hill Pathways has been a great partner of ours, and we do have good relationships with many of the departments at UVA, including the School of Data Science, Biomedical Engineering, and others who have been terrific at providing both group mentor and workshop opportunities for us, but also some of our one-to-one mentors, the School of Medicine as well. But we also have a lot of good relationships with corporate partners, whether they're on the local or national level. Best Buy is a supporter, as well as Meta of C4K. We have had programming in collaboration with Willow Tree, CCRI, NRAO, Elder Research, and some others, where we always try to bring in professionals from the community so that the youth that go through our program also get to meet professionals that are working in different STEM fields here in Charlottesville.
Hi, Ashley again for the Y. We have partnerships with Youth Next for the for University of Virginia, the Virginia National Bank. We've worked with Albemarle County. Our after-school programs are in all of Charlottesville City's elementary schools and their upper elementary school. Front Porch, we have a good partnership with Charlottesville Police Department where they come in on our Teens Night Out and they just make sure that the teens know that they can build relationships with officers. The STARS program, Uhuru Foundation, and then for summer camp for mental health awareness, the SHE program comes in and does relationship buildings for our teens and a host of other other organizations that we've partnered with.
All right, thank you. Karen Waters was on the call and I think she's dropped off. So I'll wait a second to see if she is going to join us. I think she has a question she'd like to ask. And Karen is the Director of Community Education within the Office of Community Engagement. A couple of you mentioned families, and I wanted to ask you, what are some ways that families can get involved with your organization? And how can they actively participate, either in during the year programming or during the summer programming?
At the Y, there's so many ways that family can participate. Like I said, we offer financial assistance for families to be a part of the Y. And the Y has a plethora of different things that we offer outside of just being a gym and swim. There's also a child watch when parents come in the building and they are looking to get a workout or just ease their mind. That's one way. Right now, we are only for after school in Charlottesville City Schools. We hope in the future that we're able to help with Albemarle County Schools. For our teen division, like I was saying earlier, we offer a once a month Teens Night Out where we close the Y on a Saturday and give teens an opportunity to play basketball, play PS5, go swimming, any of those things so that a family can just relax. We also have our Leaders Club that meets once a week. That is a program for teens 6th through 12th grade, focused on building leadership skills, character development, volunteerism, and fitness. At the end of their program year, they attend a 7-day trip to Black Mountain, North Carolina, where they connect with 500 plus teens throughout the Southeast area of the United States. And then this year we offered our Youth in Government program, which is a mock legislation program. So the teens create a bill and they present that in front of a mock General Assembly. So we'll have some students go there in April to present 4 bills that they've created throughout the course of this year. And you can swim, you can do swim lessons here, and fitness too. So there's a lot of things that the Y offers. We are more than just a gym and swim. We're about family engagement and social responsibility.
But with the 100 Black Men, the families are totally integrated with all of our program activities. As we referenced before, we have our weekly Zoom calls where we are in the household. So the parents, the siblings are there, et cetera. In our university, our lab tours at the university, which we have about 15 a year. I think we normally have about 20 to 25 students participate on the Saturday visit to UVA. And I would say over 3/4 of the parents join in on the tour. And that's one thing that impressed a lot of people, that the parents are there also. With our scholarship program, of course, the parents are completely involved in that whole process, et cetera. On our, then we have other activities like with the haircuts, with everything we do at Boys and Girls Club. The parents are totally involved in those activities in the formal and informal basis. And basically, an informal basis gives you really the opportunity in an unstructured environment to really be able to communicate and understand what the wants and needs are. Like I said before, on our university visits, et cetera, we make sure we have good representation of the parents with the students for a variety of reasons, to expose them also to the university environment, and to help with, hate to use that word, to make sure everyone's in line. We don't have anyone to step out the lanes to a degree. And we are heading in the direction now, which we are doing, to set up a parents advisory council to have the parents totally engaged and provide recommendations in the mission and direction of the 100 Black men, et cetera. And it's given by the fact that, we have 100 Black men. We have Dr. Venable, who's a parent. We have James Watson, who's a parent. His children are in middle schools. We're bringing in more members now who have children in school district, in the system. So we have that complete integrated, vertical integrated model, and how we can feed to your programs. And most important thing, what you got, we can't do everything. We have to rely upon other organizations. But what Pathways does is beautiful. Just listening to your presentation, it was fantastic. And how can we complement? Let us do what we know we can do, and use the word to outsource to you, and give it a pathway to our parents. I'm gonna take your term. I'm gonna brand your term pathway now. And of course, the relationship. And of course, we know YMCA, we worked with Beaufort in the past in certain programs, but we could have done a better job on our side. So that's it.
Thank you, Mr. Sparks.
Thank you.
Boys and Girls Club, Mr. Sparks mentioned the haircut program, and that is a family engagement event. We have dozens of family engagement events throughout the year. This past weekend, we had a Valentine dance with families, whole families came and to the Albemarle Campus Club, and there was a big dance. There was a financial literacy workshop that was held at Cherry Avenue this weekend for young people and families. We also have skate nights.
Lambs Lane. It was
Yeah,
on
at Lambs Lane.
Lane.
What did I say?
Cherry Avenue.
Yeah,
It
no,
was,
but we
it
had-
was Lambs Lane.
Oh, is
campus.
it Lambs Lane? Sorry, it wasn't.
Last year was at Cherry. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, I misspoke. And we have STEM nights, science, technology, engineering, and math nights, where whole families can come in and do STEM experiments together. We have art exhibitions, performances, things that families can engage in through the club. And that work, like Mr. Sparks was saying, is really, really important because families are busy. We know that, but we love having them in the club, and we love having those opportunities to engage informally. So thank you.
Thank you.
We are in constant communication with our families because we are pretty holistic support for our students. So when families are in need, we connect them with organizations that can possibly fulfill the needs that they may have. We have a person that's solely dedicated to being a family coordinator, and that person is constantly in contact with our families should a student need anything when we're doing tutoring, and when we're reaching out, of making sure that they do get tutoring when needed. And then during the summer, we always have an expo at the end of our programming during the summer to highlight all of the projects that the students have done with each of the community partners related to each of the career pathways. And that is a great time where we have a lot of community members, families, all of our students are there presenting on what they've done during the summer. And we also hold family orientations before big events, such as internships that we're about to get into with our 10th graders, or for our new families, for those current 6th grade families, we will have an orientation before our programming begins in the summer. So we are consistently making sure that we're involving our families in what we're doing, and hope to expand on the activities that we do so that they can join us more.
All right, thank you. And we have about 4 minutes left for one last question, and I'm going to kick it over to Karen Waters-Wicks, again, our Director of Community Education, and she's going to ask the last question.
Okay, it's a two-parter. Do any of you have need of volunteers or mentors, and how do we do that? And are there any other programs besides C4K and Star Hill that provide transportation? I may have missed something.
What was your first question again about mentors? I'm
If-
sorry.
Do any of your programs have need for mentors or volunteers? And if so, how does a person get involved? And then secondly, I heard CYK offers, Computers for Kids offers transportation, and I think Star Hill does. And I wondered if any others do.
Right, as far as the 100 Black Men, any interested, we always need support. We need support of mentors, et cetera. We have the 100 Black Men site. Any individual will go in there and volunteer to work with the program and be a member of the program. We have certain levels of membership. You have the regular membership. We have the supporting members to a degree, because someone says, well, I don't have enough time to devote, but they can do other support, et cetera. So anyone on the call who wants to join the 100 Black Men, they can go to our site, 100 Black Men in Central Virginia. And if we find some members that people don't want to join, but they will want to know how can they help us. So they can go through 100 Black Men in Central Virginia site and specify what the categories, what level of time and support they can give to our program. But as far as mentoring and other areas, how well we work with other organizations to provide, like with Pathways, Boys and Girls Club, the YMCA, if we can do so much referral to these organizations just through our source that we can't handle, because you're the experts in certain areas and you have more resources than we have. So we want to act as the complement what the great job that everyone on this call is doing. So if we can just do that, we'd be happy.
Karen, Boys and Girls Club does offer transportation after school. We are on natural bus routes from some public schools. We're also in walkable distance from schools and certain clubs. So it just sort of depends on the club site. But natural bus routes, and we also have 14 passenger buses that make rounds and go pick up young people from schools. But we do not offer pickup at the end of the day or delivery home at the end of the day, nor do we offer transportation during the summer other than field trips. And we also have opportunities if people visit our website to volunteer. We thrive on volunteer engagement. So thanks for the question.
Same with us at C4K. Our whole entire program model is based off of volunteers. So you can have one-to-one mentoring, we can have group mentors, we can have guest speakers come in to speak on behalf of our pathways. Just go to C4K's website and it says mentor very, very large on there. So please click on it.
For Star Hill Pathways, we welcome volunteers for mentoring, for tutoring, and just to come and hang out with us. We're a really fun bunch. We have a lot of students at the moment. We have 175 students, and we will increase that here by about 60 when this new cohort comes in. So we definitely need as many people as we can possibly get, and they're welcome to contact me directly, and then I can filter through the appropriate person. Thank you, Karen.
For the YMCA, we're always looking for volunteers and mentors. And if those volunteer or mentors want to work for the summer, let me know. So, but for transportation at this moment, we do not offer transportation, only to field trips.
All right, Mr. Watson, did you have something?
This was actually more of an internal question to Lucy and or maybe the group, since I have a daughter in college and she's got a lot of friends that'll be back. Do any of y'all hire college students? And not just UVA
Yeah.
students, but kids that come back. Okay, great.
Yes.
Because I can potentially, send her and some of her friend group cohort, your way.
We're all
Yes.
shaking our head. We're
Yeah.
not going to compete either.
Yeah.
for anyone, but we do. We have PVCC students. We have UVA students. So yes, and if they're local, that's such a bonus for our students, because they understand the community that we live in.
Right.
So.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you all so much. We've run out of our time together this morning. Again, you can see that we put in the email address superintendent's office at k12albemarle.org in the chat box, so you can send additional questions and or request information. Briefly to close, I'm going to hand it off to Dr. Irizarry. However, before doing this, I would like to thank all of our panelists for their time. Lauren Hunt for fielding questions and monitoring the chat. Kenny Wood for technology support, and Dr. Eric Irizarry, who you will hear from last for managing the slide deck. As I mentioned at the beginning of the session, we have recorded this session and we will send it out to our entire community. The session will be up on our YouTube channel, so you will have access to it. I cannot encourage you enough to email the superintendent's office at k12albemarle.org. Email address in the chat. We're going to put that in the chat one more time. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Irizarry, Director of Equity, School, Family, and Community Relations.
Thank you, Dr. Kaiser. And just to reiterate, thank you to all of our panelists here and to our community. We wanted to bring in our community partners that offer accessible summer programming for our students. So we will post this on our website. I'll include some other summer programming as well. But again, our goal is to reach out to our community partners just to weave in the resources that they bring to the table as well. It takes a community. And again, thank you for everyone for coming to this or listening to this webinar. Thanks.
All right. Thanks to everyone for a fantastic session, and we hope you have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.